Hi, I'm Angela. I'm the product specialist at Mother's Choice Products. I am going to do a demonstration today of the Penguin Nutritional Warmer. What is the Penguin Nutritional Warmer and how does it work? The Penguin Nutritional Warmer is the only warmer that is able to safely warm feeds without compromising neural development. It decreases risk of exposure from synthetic chemicals because of the extraction of high heat. It improves clinical practice by decreasing errors and increasing efficiency. It makes safe and consistent feeding temperatures. The goal is to warm the feedings for the fragile newborns to the ultimate temperature, the thermal neutral zone. The thermal neutral zone is the temperature that the breast milk leaves the natural breast. What this does is it ensures that the preservation of all the critical live cells, the fats and the lipids, are in the breast milk and intact. This is what makes breast milk so special for those fragile babies. The Penguin uses a feedback mechanism that compensates for environmental factors, and that's why it doesn't use a timer-based system. The Penguin gently folds the milk upon itself with a gentle vibration. The milk, fat, and proteins are then mixed evenly. This process eliminates the hot spots in the milk and becomes a controlled, even temperature for every feed. When the alarm sounds, the twinkle twinkle, that means the feed is done and you are ready to give it to your patient. The LED will turn green when it's ready. The Penguin is not based on time to heat. It's based on the ideal temperature, so there is no set time that it will work. The time will be affected by the amount of milk in the container, not the size of the container. The goal here is to make sure that all feedings are given at a consistent temperature, the thermal neutral zone. Calories are used for growth instead of warming the stomach. Slow warming ensures nutritional and immunological properties of the breast milk stay intact. The patented vibration system forces the milk to rise up and fold on itself, so it becomes completely mixed without breaking apart the lipids and the fortifiers. The sound level does not exceed 45 decibels, which is key for the newborns in the NICU. Water is the ideal thermal medium. This creates an even heat, and we are all aware that microorganisms in water and exposure is risk, so that's why we use the patented thermal liners. Containers can be any size up to 270 mils, and the syringes can be used up to 100 mils. You just need to make sure that they're in the bag securely. The Penguin comes with a 2-year warranty and can be mounted on an IV pole or left on the tabletop. You might notice that there's 2 separate warmers here. This is a 4-well warmer and this is a single warmer. The 4-well gives you 4 separate Penguin warmers that can go independent of each other. So you can have 4 different feeds going in 4 different modes as needed. It takes up the counter space equivalent of only 3 of the original warmers. The benefit of this one is if you want to have it in a feeding station, everything is all contained, ready to go. The single warmer is great if you want to have 1 warmer at each bedside in the NICU. Or if you want to have it mounted to an IV pole, that is also an option for the single warmer. This is the patented thermal liner. This is what sets the Ameda Penguin Warmer apart from other machines on the market. There's 2 compartments on this bag. The first compartment is the blue zip, and that's where you put your water. The second compartment is the orange zip, and that's where the feed goes. There is a space to write your patient's name, the space to write your date and time, and the space to write the nurse who's looking after that patient. This liner only needs to be replaced once every 12 hours. So once per shift, this is when you replace this. It can actually stay inside the Penguin warmer if it's the same patient using the same warmer for the whole entire shift. When you're filling the water in the Penguin liner, make sure that you fill to the line or slightly above. That's okay, below is not. Then when you're ready, tip it upside down. Make sure that there's no leakage. You can see my hand when it's inside the bag does not touch any of the water. When you're ready, place your feed in the bag, push it all the way down to the bottom, and seal it closed. Place it in the warmer, turn it on. The instructions will pop up, but how to start is you push the on button. That gives you your options of fridge, frozen, or thaw. So there's 3 modes on this particular machine. There's fridge to feed, which means room temperature or fridge up to the thermal neutral zone ready to feed to baby. The next selection is frozen to feed. So this is the one that takes the longest, but you can actually take a frozen milks or formula and bring it all the way up to the thermal neutral zone. So that's frozen to feed. The next one is thaw. So you can take your frozen sample and bring it up to room temperature, and then you can place it in the fridge for future use, or you can continue on and you can warm it up. So we're going to go fridge to feed for this particular sample because the room temperature is what we have. So we hit the green check mark, and that takes us to choosing whether we're using a syringe or a bottle. So we're going to use a bottle. So we hit the up arrow and it takes us to the plastic bottle. Now we're going to choose our bottle size. So there are your choices. We're going to use the 100 ml size, and we hit enter. It says press enter when you're ready, because the feed's already in the well. We're ready to go. Now your feed is warming. When it gets to the actual thermal neutral zone temperature, it will give you a green screen that says it's ready. The countdown timer then starts to go for 30 minutes, because at 30 minutes, if you haven't taken the feed out, you have to discard it. The last 5 minutes of that 30 minutes, you will get an audible tone every minute reminding you that your feed is still in the warmer and that you need to take it out. Once the red screen comes up, you can take your feed out and discard it and turn the machine off, ready for the next one. Hopefully you'll catch the feed before it gets to that stage. So when your green screen tells you your feed is ready, simply pull the bag out of the warmer, take your feed out. You can keep the bag for the next feed if you're still using it within the 12 hours. If you're finished with it, simply cut off the corner and drain the water into the sink and discard of the bag. It is actually recyclable, so if your facilities have the option of recycling it, you can put it in the recycling bin. Your feed is now ready to go. That's all there is to it.